This is the ThinkPad T420. This model of laptop has a cult-like following with many people still using it today. Did I say cult-like following? Actually, I mean there is a cult following specifically dedicated to ThinkPad laptops. And the T420 is one of the most popular models, even though it's almost 14 years old. This is partially because this was among the last ThinkPads to come with the coveted 7-row classic keyboard. But this wasn't the only one. There were also several other models that came with a classic keyboard as well. There was the slightly thinner T420S. There is the X220 and X220 tablet. There is the T520, which is like the T420, but bigger. Then there's the mobile workstation, the W520, which has the same chassis as the T520. The W520 has many advantages over all of these other models. For starters, the W520 came with a quad-core CPU with 8 threads total. You can upgrade the T420 to a quad-core, but the thermals struggle with keeping it cool under extreme use cases, although it can be fine if you don't run your CPU at full blast all the time. The T520 also comes with a dual-core processor and has a bit better cooling than the T420. The W520 has the best cooling and can even handle a hotter 55-watt i7 Extreme processor, as it has an extra copper heatsink split the heat dissipation evenly across both heat vents. Although, in my opinion, the 45-watt quad-core that this one came with is already good enough, and I don't think it's worth an upgrade. In addition to a more powerful processor, the W520 can also be upgraded to a whopping 32 GB of RAM. This is because it has 4 RAM slots with 2 under the keyboard and 2 at the bottom panel, while the T520 has 2 RAM slots with 1 on either side of the motherboard. In addition to having double the max upgradable RAM, the W520 also has double the video RAM with the NVIDIA Quadro 1000M, which has 2 GB of video RAM compared to the 1 GB of video RAM that the NVS 4200M, which some ThinkPad T420s and T520s come with. Although neither of these GPUs would be great with modern gaming and CAD modeling, both of them can do some light gaming, such as Minecraft and light CAD work. The W520 also has 2 USB 3.0 ports, while the T520 and T420 only have USB 2.0 ports. This is a huge advantage because USB 3.0 has a 10 times faster data transfer rate than USB 2.0. Some X220s came with USB 3.0, but only the i7 models. The W520 also could come with a vivid 1080p screen, while the T420 would only come with a 1366 by 768 screen, and the T520s could come with a 1600 by 900 screen. Although, it is possible to upgrade to a 1080p IPS display, which was quite expensive on my T420. Just because the W520 is the highest performance ThinkPad of 2011 does not mean it's the right one for you. The high wattage CPU and GPU means that this device gets pretty terrible battery life. And also, it's pretty big, so if portability is an important factor for you, then you might want to go with a smaller model with less performance. Even the dual-core processors can still be quite usable for basic tasks, so you might not even need a quad-core. There is also the 1-year newer 30 series ThinkPads, such as the W530, T530, and T430. Oh, and I almost forgot the X230 and X230 tablet. The biggest downside to these is the island-style keyboard. There are people who hate this keyboard, although I honestly don't mind it, and I think that these newer keyboard designs still offer a fantastic typing experience. In addition to being 1 year newer with slightly faster processors, all the 30 series ThinkPads come with USB 3.0 ports, even the dual-core i5 models. which can even do some light gaming thanks to the much improved HD 4000 graphics that all of them come with. Even this X230 tablet can play GTA 5 at 30 FPS with low settings. Another downside to the W series ThinkPads is that they are essentially already upgraded. Part of the fun of owning an older ThinkPad is tinkering and upgrading it. So if you want something that you can upgrade and modify, I would look at the T430 and T530, which can even be modified to have the classic keyboards. ThinkPads from 2011 and 2012 are surprisingly still usable today, and they offer a unique experience with a cool retro charm. To join the cult, you don't need to choose a ThinkPad that's as old as these. Simply any model that you like is good enough for you to be welcome. And also any operating system that works best for you as well. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider looking at some of my other content if you want to see other cool stuff.